Why do people love football so much? Football, it's not just a sport, it's a global heartbeat. Every corner of the planet knows this game. From dusty streets in Africa to frozen fields in Europe, football connects people who have nothing else in common. But why? Why does this simple game mean so much to billions of people? Let's start with something simple. Football is the easiest game to play. You don't need money. You don't need equipment. You don't even need shoes. All you need is something round. A ball, an orange, a bottle, anything. That's why people call it the game of the poor. When life gives you nothing, football still gives you something to dream about. In many countries, kids grow up kicking plastic bottles on dirt roads. Some of those kids become legends, like Pelé, Maradona, or Cristiano Ronaldo. They didn't start in luxury stadiums. They started in the streets with passion, hope, and imagination. But football isn't only about dreams. It's about emotion, pure, raw emotion. When your team scores, you scream. When they lose, you cry. It's a roller coaster of happiness, frustration, and pride. And that emotion is shared by millions at the same time. In that moment, everyone becomes one. There's something beautiful about that connection. When your country plays in the World Cup, you forget politics, money, or religion. For 90 minutes, you're not divided. You're united. You feel part of something bigger than yourself. That's the real magic of football. And of course, football is full of drama. It's unpredictable. That's what keeps us watching. You can play better for 90 minutes and still lose in the final second. One goal can change everything. Joy turns to heartbreak. Despair turns to celebration. It's not just a game of skill, it's a game of destiny. Think about it. In football, a small country can defeat a giant. Iceland can beat England. Saudi Arabia can beat Argentina. That's the beauty of it. Anyone can dream, and sometimes dreams come true. But football has another side, the global stage. It's not just a sport anymore. It's a culture, an industry, and even a political tool. Countries use football to show unity and power. When a team wins, it's not just 11 players. It's a whole nation celebrating together. When they host a World Cup, it's more than a tournament. It's pride, identity, and image. Football creates heroes. These players become symbols of hope. A boy in Africa dreams of being like Salah. A kid in Argentina wants to be the next Messi. They're not just athletes. They're stories of struggle, talent, and success. And beyond the fame and the goals, football teaches lessons. It teaches teamwork, discipline, patience, and respect. You learn to win with humility and lose with grace. That's why parents encourage their kids to play, not just to score goals, but to build character. Now let's talk about the science of why we love football. When your team scores, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel happy or rewarded. That's why fans get addicted. It's literally a chemical reaction of joy and hope. And when your team loses, that same brain feels pain, not just emotional, but physical pain. That's how deeply connected we are to this game. Even technology couldn't escape football's influence. From TV broadcasts to 4K cameras, VAR systems, and global streaming, football pushed media and technology forward. Billions watch the same match at the same time. It's one of the few things left that unites the entire planet. And in the end, that's what makes football timeless. It doesn't matter how rich or poor you are, what language you speak, or where you come from. When you see that ball rolling, you understand everything. Football speaks to the heart, not just the feet. So why do we love football? Because it's simple, because it's emotional, because it belongs to everyone. It's more than a sport. It's a story of humanity itself. Football, the beautiful,